ये जो धुआं दिख रहा भाई, तो भाई ये ड्रोन अटैक यूएसपी लूगा भाई, पोर्ट जो।
Today, there are important and rapidly unfolding updates from the Russian Federation. Here, Ukrainian forces caught the enemy completely unprepared, delivering one of the most disruptive blows to Russia's oil export system in modern history by launching a massive, multi-day drone campaign. Ukraine effectively crippled 3 of Russia's largest ports. Ukrainian drone strikes have shut down up to 40% of Russia's crude export capacity, roughly 2 million barrels per day, by disabling the key Baltic hubs, Primorsk and Ust-Luga. As a result, loadings at major ports have come to a halt, triggering a cascading logistical crisis across Russia's entire energy network. The timing could not be worse for Moscow. Global oil prices have surged above $100 per barrel due to escalating tensions tied to the Iran war, and Russia had hoped to capitalize on this surge to stabilize its revenues. Instead, Ukraine has turned this moment into a strategic shock, flipping a potential advantage into a severe vulnerability. At the center of this campaign was the first strike on Luga, one of Russia's most critical export terminals. On the night of March 24th, Ukrainian forces launched a coordinated deep strike operation targeting the Novatek Luga complex. The attack involved a sophisticated mix of long-range unmanned systems, estimated between 8 and 15 primary strike drones, supported by decoy drones designed specifically to overwhelm and confuse Russian air defenses. These drones traveled approximately 1,000 kilometers from Ukrainian territory, penetrating deep into Russian airspace and reaching the Gulf of Finland, near the Estonian border. Evidence strongly suggests the use of fixed-wing kamikaze drones, optimized for long endurance and high precision. Additionally, Ukrainian forces deployed modified small propeller aircraft, functioning as unmanned systems, capable of carrying and dropping fab bombs while also serving as kamikaze strike assets, significantly increasing the flexibility and lethality of the operation. The scale of this operation marks one of the largest Ukrainian drone barrages of the war, and although Russian authorities claim that hundreds of drones were intercepted nationwide, a significant number still broke through the defensive perimeter. The attacking drones approached from multiple directions, both from sea and land, compressing Russian response times and exploiting critical gaps in radar coverage. Once inside the target zone, they struck essential infrastructure including storage tanks, loading systems, and fuel handling facilities vital for transferring oil to tankers. The impact was immediate and devastating, with massive explosions igniting large-scale fires across the terminal, flames engulfing fuel storage areas and loading installations, and thick black smoke visible even from neighboring Finland, highlighting the scale of destruction. Due to the volatile nature of stored fuels, the fires spread rapidly, forcing Russian authorities to completely seal off the facility, while satellite imagery confirmed sustained fires across multiple impact points, indicating precise and direct hits on high-value targets. This effectively shut down the hub, delivering both operational paralysis and significant financial damage to Russia's war economy. In the aftermath, emergency crews struggled to contain the fires, but more importantly, the attack exposed deep systemic vulnerabilities in Russia's air defense network, raising serious questions about its ability to protect critical infrastructure. At the same time, Ukrainian drones struck the Vyborg shipbuilding plant, damaging 2 patrol icebreakers and weakening Russia's ability to secure vital Baltic shipping routes, especially during winter conditions. The campaign also extended to the Kirishi, 2 oil refinery in the Leningrad region, where NASA firms' data confirmed a massive fire across the industrial complex. Inside Russia, the reaction was intense, as analysts and commentators questioned how such strategically critical targets could be hit so effectively, pointing to failures in coordination and defense readiness. Ukraine further amplified the psychological impact by stating that this marked the first time since World War II that Leningrad had been struck by aerial bombs, fueling even greater internal criticism. However, while Russian authorities focused on assigning blame rather than fixing vulnerabilities, Ukraine launched a second wave of strikes on Luga. This follow-up attack was more focused and precise, once again penetrating defenses and hitting fuel handling zones, igniting new fires even as previous ones were still burning. This double-tap strategy ensured that remaining infrastructure was destroyed, compounding the disruption and prolonging recovery efforts. Overall, this was not a series of isolated strikes, but a carefully coordinated campaign targeting the entire export ecosystem, including ports, infrastructure, and maritime capabilities, demonstrating a high level of operational planning and execution. Ukraine has delivered a decisive strategic blow at a moment when Russia expected economic relief, but instead saw its export system severely crippled. With up to 40% of its oil export capacity wiped out, key ports burning for days, and follow-up strikes continuing, the situation has shifted dramatically. The question is no longer whether Russia can recover quickly, but whether Ukraine will strike again before Russia has time to adapt. We want to hear your perspective on this situation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment so you don't miss the latest war updates.